Okay, welcome back everyone to another episode of Yoda's Hut. I'm Bill. I go by Yodaman on the boards, and I'm joined once again by Derek. Hey Derek, how's it going?
Doing well.
All right, so we got another game between myself and Justin out at Gamers Armory the other day using the Ancient Rivals cards that just came out. I am playing a Scum deck suggested by Royal Aegis on the board that just looked kind of cool. It's Scum Affiliation, 2 Tatooine Crash, 2 Carbonite Transport, 2 Hunters, 2 Schemes and Intrigues, and 2 Heartless Tactics. That's the new Dengar set. And Justin decided to build some wacky Ewok and Spark of the Rebellion deck. So he had Jedi Affiliation, 2 Sacrifice and Endor, 2 Lost in the Forest, 2 Hero's Duty, that's the newest Luke, 2 Spark of Rebellion, 1 Courage of the Tribe, and 1 Tribe of the Trees. And I guess we flipped up our objectives, and I had Tatooine Crash, Heartless Tactics, and Carbonite Transport. And Justin had Spark, Sacrifice, and Endor, and Tribe of the Trees. So, got any thoughts about the decks after I captured the card with Tatooine Crash there?
Well, it looks like the Ewok deck looks pretty straightforward. I mean, it's Ewoks plus Spark to help get him into play.
Yep.
It looks like almost an optimal objective draw for you because your deck is clearly centered around getting multiple cards captured and then spreading them out between your objectives and then using the damage prevention, as well as having like the hunters, for example, for extra health and just making it really hard to do any real damage to the deck.
Yeah, that's what I think. So I just played Dengar. I think I drew him and I told Justin, I gotta play him. Like that's the whole point of this deck, like to try the new cards. So Dengar's an interesting unit there, like as you said, that he's got the he's got 2 guns already, 2 black guns. He's got the 3 force pips. He's elite, and after he's focused to strike, he gains X different combat icons of your choice, where X is the number of objectives you control with at least 1 capture card. So right now I could get 1 tactics thanks to Tatooine Crash.
Yeah, and that's the thing is with the Carbonite objective out there is you can move a card every turn. So by turn 3 you're going to have 1 at every objective.
Yep. Yeah, worst case scenario.
And it's important to note also that they've ruled, at least right now, it says he gets different objectives. Well, a white tactics and a black tactics are considered different icons.
That's right. So that's how we were playing it.
Yeah, so he can, 1 turn he can have, 3-4 guns, and then he can have a couple blasts, and then he can have multiple tactics as well.
Right. So Justin played a Children of the Force, and then he used Spark and drew one of the which one of those Ewoks? That's the one from Tribe of the Trees. I'm trying to remember what it's called.
The little ambusher.
Yeah, the ambusher. I couldn't remember what he was called.
Yeah, he's just a one gun, 1 health, 1 cost.
Right.
But his ability is you can put him into play, I think, during conflict.
Right. You can play him. You have to play him from your hand, but you can wait.
Yeah, you still got to pay for him, which makes it not great.
Yeah, and the Tribe of the Trees objective is Ewoks you control can't be targeted by enemy card effects.
Yeah, really, that set, I think it's 4 or 5 of those stinking ambushers, but the objective is very useful. Right,
and then he just played a Funeral Pyre, too, so he can...
That is very good.
Potentially lock something down with that. Yeah, Funeral Pyre is a really good card.
Yeah. Yeah, see, now the thing is, because you've got Dengar's location out there, anything with a captured unit at it can prevent a damage.
Right.
So, I mean, like right now, almost, if I were him, I'd probably pop the Ewoks just to focus Dengar and get 2 damage on his objective before you move a card to it. 'Cause he really needs to get rid of that objective, like ASAP.
Yeah, so he did pop the Ewok and focus Dengar. And I guess it's a matter of, is he going to swing with the Children of the Force, get the damage, or is he going to try to keep force and see if he can maybe slow the game down a little bit?
Yeah, I think I've played against that objective, and given that you're going to be able to move a card to it right now, I would have swung because it becomes virtually impossible to do later on.
Right. So he actually did Just take 4, so down 1 to 2. I captured something with Tatooine Crash. And the way that works is Carbonite Transport says after you refresh, you can move a captured card from one objective to another. And Tatooine Crash is you just capture a card after you refresh. So you can choose to use Tatooine Crash first and then move it with Carbonite Transport, which is
Yeah,
nice.
and that's what I meant by having the perfect draws. You
Right.
got you got to capture every turn, then you can move it every turn, and then you got the thing that prevents damage every turn.
Right,
So
yeah.
literally, you couldn't have a better setup in terms of being able to just keep all your stuff healthy and making use of
Right.
what the deck is supposed to
And
do.
there is Balsh. And there is a payout.
Yep.
So, and Ephotmon.
That's pretty good, especially since Efont works with Bosch.
Yeah. So the dial's at 2, and I gotta think right now. I'll probably swing with Balsh, and I think to see if I can lock down the Children of the Force, and then I could capture it if I wanted to and trigger her.
Yeah, that's probably what I
Yeah.
would do.
So he's
Looks like
looking with I think he was looking with the Children of the Force. I don't think he tried to use Spark.
Yeah, that's really the way to do it, because you, instead of just popping Spark and having it not work, well, it's kind of the same thing. Well, if you know you got a unit there, you don't necessarily need to put it into place for you to plan on it.
Right, right.
You just look to see what's there, and then when you decide your attackers, then you put the unit out.
Yeah. So I'm going after Tribe of the Trees here because it's because I'm trying to get rid of that thing that blocks, that protects the Ewoks from enemy card effects. So I'm probably thinking back on this, that I want to try to capture that Children of the Force with Ephotmon because the Ewoks I'm not going to be able to capture right now with them. So I might as well just get some use while I can.
Yeah, well, you got Efont also, so that's going to move the dial.
Right. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
So I attacked. I didn't even bother to to try to do anything. I just took the damage on Balsh, and
Yeah, I don't know if he's got any heats in his deck, so
Yeah.
you're probably not really at any risk there.
yeah. So I'm gonna swing with Ephotmon, capture the Children of the Force. I'll probably put that in Carbonite Transport, so everything will have a captured card now. And
Yep.
Balsh, since I captured a card from play using a unit, use a unit to capture a card or whatever, I get to bump the dial up to 3. And
Yep.
I'm just going to sit there with Dengar again. So Dengar's got 3 potential icons right now because I got captured cards at each objective.
Yep.
Plus his 2 black guns. That's
Yeah.
not too bad. At least
Yeah.
Ephotmon's elite, right? So
Yeah, Dengar is too, I think.
yeah, Balsh isn't.
Bosch is not.
But I don't really care. I want to just keep her on the table to to trigger her if I can, bump the dial.
Right. So use her with Efont over
Yeah.
and over. Or if you draw Snuva, because you got 2 Snuvas in your deck.
Yeah.
Granted, with Ewoks, there's a lot of non-affiliation targets.
Yeah, except I can't get them with Tribe of the Trees out right now.
Right.
So his Ewoks are safe from Snuva.
Yeah, well, he's got 2 objectives with 2 damage now. At any time, Dengar could take it out.
Right.
So.
Actually, I think Tribe of the Trees only has 1 because he blocked there.
Oh, okay. It
Yeah,
looks like I was looking
yeah.
at the picture and kind of
Yeah.
looked like there's 2 there.
Spark has 2 and Tribe of the Trees has 1.
Right.
Dial's at 3. I only have Dengar to block. He's only got 4 resources though. So
Yeah, Dengar's potentially got 2 tactics and 3 guns. So.
yep, if I need him in a pinch. Although the problem is, since I only left Dengar to defend, he could probably keep me from defending with Dengar using Funeral Pyre, but
Right.
oh well. If that's what happens, that's what happens. That'll be 1 less unit he can attack with, and I can prevent the first point of damage on all of my objectives right now.
I think you forgot to flip the force thing. You still got it set on light side.
Oh yeah, we definitely did. He just played Chief Chirpa, I think.
Yeah, that gives all Ewoks an extra health, and I think
Right.
he's can be used for a resource also.
Yeah. Good old Chief Chirpa. Yeah, he's got 1 of each icon too. The black gun, black blast, white tactics, and
Yeah.
he's also got after a phase begins, you can focus an Ewok to draw a card.
Yeah. See, that's the other thing I was thinking with Dengar. You might have, since you knew you can Funeral Pyre, so you don't get to
Right.
block, you might have just attacked with him.
Yeah.
Granted, you're going to get force here for this,
Right.
but again, he would do the 1 damage with it, and it would just be prevented. because
Right.
of Dengar's location.
Right. Well, now he wouldn't want to sacrifice something against Dengar. I think he almost has to sit back and not do anything here.
Right. No, I meant last turn
Yeah.
when you could have let him keep force and actually
Right.
attacked with Dengar.
Yeah. So let's see. So Dow went to 5 now, and I'm capturing a card with Tatooine Crash.
Yeah.
So I can't capture the Ewok, unfortunately, unless I can get rid of Tribe of the Trees first.
Yeah.
But I
Well,
don't really care. Now I'm probably going to try to just get some blockers here. I really could use some resources. As we were saying before we watched this game, the one thing I remembered about... Oops. Oh, I guess I was seeing if he was going to do something here. I can't imagine he'd want to sacrifice Sherpa.
no, that would be pretty bad.
I'm not sure what he's doing here.
I think he's trying to figure out whether or not you can get him with E-Font. With
Right, right.
Location being out there.
Right, and I think we realized he couldn't. So he's... What's he...
So he's doing something.
Oh, he focused Chirpa to draw a card during the deploy phase, and then he just played Kanan's concentration to free him back up.
Huh. Okay.
Maybe it was to like cycle through his cards and possibly hit with Spark.
Yeah, well, he must have had Kanan's in his hand ahead of time. That's why he did that, because
Right.
he knew he'd be able to free him right back up.
Right. So I played a Jawa and a Traitorous Wingguard, and that gets a blast as long as you have a a objective with a captured card.
Yeah, I think that's the Chud in the Carbonites.
Yeah, that's exactly what that is. So I'm probably gonna swing here with the Jawa. I would think after Chief
Yep.
Chirpa. See if I can lock Chief Chirpa down and maybe send a bunch of blasts in to take out Tribe of the Trees.
Well, you could do it just with Dengar.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
true.
Send Ephon at the third location and capture the chief.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
I'm not sure where you're attacking, but that's how I would do it.
I think he had a decent amount of cards here, so.
Yeah.
But I think I had a target. He's gonna win edge, but I had a target. So I get another damage in after what I go after there. I went after Sacrifice and Endor there. And he'll get a tactic, so he tactics E5. That's alright.
Yeah, I figured that. Yeah, because now you could take that top objective out if you went with Dengar and Bosch.
Yeah, I could.
And put a focus and still get put a bunch of focus on not a bunch, but you get the one for Bosch.
Yeah.
Looks like you just wanted to save Dengar. But
yeah, so I sent Balshin and got 2 damage on Tribe of the Trees.
Is the chief elite? I
don't remember if he's elite. Is he elite? That's a good question.
I don't think
he is not elite.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, so I mean the important thing was you got to double focus on him, but now he's still out there benefiting any other Ewoks that come into play.
He used Spark and got another Ewok ambusher here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I might have gone in and taken out the objective with Dengar.
Yeah.
And still get your focus on the chief, but then you can start targeting guys.
This was probably a case that I didn't know what he had said. He had just built this deck, and I might have been thinking I didn't want him to flip up May the Force be with you, which I found out afterwards wasn't in his deck. But I was probably like thinking, well, this isn't the worst thing for him to have out there, like because I'm kind of in control. I'd rather spread the damage around and then maybe just take everything out when the dial gets high enough. But
well, even with May of the Force, I mean, it's a bunch of Ewoks. You don't really care too much about them.
Right. But it can slow the game down.
Yeah.
Although with Bow Shout, I might be able to speed the game up.
Yep. And you still can't get through and do any real damage to you.
Right. Yeah, that's a pretty good wall there with Carbonite Transport moving things, Heartless Tactics with that and Tatooine Crash. So yeah, I like that combination there.
Yeah, and I played against last night at my league. I had an opponent with both copies of Dengar's location out there with card captured on all 3 of them.
That's crazy.
There was just nothing I could do.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. So he's going in with the Ewok, and I think I'm defending with the Traitorous Wingguard.
Well, he can always, if he loses edge, he can pitch it to the Funeral Pyre.
Right. Looked like I went all in almost. I must have decided I didn't like my cards or something.
Yeah, because otherwise I would say you don't block because he's unopposed damage is not going to do anything anyway.
Right. I must have wanted to pitch my hand. That's the only thing I can think of. Or maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't play anything and he just pitched all his hand because I didn't pick up my cards. So I'm not quite sure what we did there.
Did you even? Maybe you didn't block.
I think I blocked and I did. No, maybe I think you're right. I did block because it was going to prevent it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just put my cards on the table. I guess I wasn't putting them in edge. So
Yeah, there was no reason to block there.
yeah, sure wasn't. Now the thing is, he's going to probably keep using Funeral Pyre on Efot mod. So
Yeah.
he's probably trying to decide when he wants to do it. So after I refresh, he sacks it and then does it to Efot mod, of course.
Right.
Makes sense. Not that I really cared. So Dial should have gone up to 7 there.
Now that would have been the one reason to block was to kill that guy before, because now Efon gets sacked
Right.
later. He wouldn't have been able to focus him if you'd have killed him.
Right. All right. So I still only have 4 resources here. I'm sure that had been slowing me down a little bit.
You could have accomplished, actually, you'd have gotten even better if you'd have blocked with Dengar.
Yeah.
Because then he's still going to sack the guy to focus Dengar and you have Efont, or he focuses Efont and you just get a bunch of tactics on the Chief.
All right. So what I play? I played 2 Jawas and then is that the Chud from Dengar set? It looks like.
Yeah, he basically has the same ability as that Carbonite thing. At the start of the conflict phase, you can move one of your cards from captured cards from one objective to
Right.
another.
He does have a white blast though.
Yep.
So I'm probably trying to think here. I don't think I have enough blast to blow everything up.
Well, Dengar could take out Spark. Bosch could take out the top one. So
Right.
you have 3 blasts between the others.
Now I have 2 with Traitorous Wingguard.
Yeah, because Efont's focused. So yeah, you're 1 short right now.
So it looked like I just went after Sacrifice and Endor with the Ewok to focus Chirpa. And then send another Ewok in. What am I doing?
It looks like you're just adding damage with that Wingguard.
Yep. Then with Wingguard 4 on Spark, and then the Jawa putting 4 on Tribe of the Trees, and a 3rd token on Chief Chirpa. So I guess I was just spreading it around. I said I was probably thinking even though I hadn't seen anything, I was just worried he had made the Force be with you, so I didn't want him flip something or whatever.
Their worst case scenario, I mean, he could get it may be something good, maybe something not, but the status quo right now is fine.
Yeah.
So it's giving him what he has and you're fine.
There is Homeland Defender. He's got 2 Ewoks.
One thing is because he keeps using Funeral Pyres, he hasn't been able to use Sacrifice at Endor to get the Force.
Right. Of course, I think he kind of had to, because if he didn't... Well, actually, I mean, yeah, because I could have blown up Tribe of the Trees and then maybe used Efont Mod like we had talked about, so...
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think he kind of had to try to keep Efont Mod locked down. But he's not drawing enough Chuds to, swarm the board here, which seemed to always be that problem with Ewoks, and I'm not sure it's really been a lot better yet. They just don't have the resources.
No, you got to get lucky enough with Spark to hit a whole bunch of things.
Yeah.
And even if you get card draw from the Sacrifice guys, you just can't get anything into play.
Right. Yeah, if you get lucky with Spark, you can at least cheat around it a little bit. But all right, so it looks like he just played the Endor Luke, which is way better on defense.
Yeah.
And he tried Spark and I guess didn't hit.
The problem is, I think the dial's about up there.
Well, the dial's at 7, and now he could take balance back with Luke here. And then he'd have edge 1 with Luke, and the dial would only go to 8, which would mean I'd still have to blow up all 3 to win. But it's hard for me to see where he's going to get a bunch of damage in on my stuff because
He's not.
right. I mean,
Tat Crash has 6 health and damage prevention. The other two have 5 in damage prevention.
yeah, that's just stupid.
Yeah, that objective is really good. He just doesn't have the time to sit back, but he doesn't have the blast to attack either.
So he did. He just committed Luke, and then took balance.
I mean, you really need something like Moldy Crow to go out there to be able to really do any significant damage.
Yeah, or maybe the other Luke with his lightsaber or something like that. So
yeah, you have to do a lot at one attack.
I've been doing pretty well remember to capture the cards with Tactine Crash too.
Yeah.
So, and I got cheap Ewoks to try to lock some stuff down. Dengar, Wingard. I could use a little more blast, but all in all, this isn't too bad.
Another interesting way to build that deck, I was thinking pairing it with, I had the old deck. Oh, jeez, you're capturing Luke.
Yes, I did. That's one way to get rid of it.
I had an old deck that used, Tat Crash and Slimy Scheme with Hunters, but I also had or Slimy Scheme was the one I was going to say, where you've got Salacious to unfocus your guys and the chain reaction, the resource, but you got those guys that have 3 health that come into play to remove a damage from an objective.
Yep.
And it's so hard to get damage on these objectives right now that could end up being pretty brutal. And the objective in that set lets you bounce a smuggler unit back to your hand, so you can recycle and reuse Snuva over and over again.
Slimy Scheme's pretty good for that.
So that's another one that would pair really good with Dengar's objective.
Yeah, and it has a resource like we were talking about, so that would be good. All right, so it looks like I am going in with the Jawa and Dengar.
Dengar's finally tired of looking around.
Yeah. No, he's blocking there, and he could sack something now. I think I might have made a mistake here.
Well, he kind of has to. You have to block with the Ewok in there, just because it's going to focus you anyway.
Right.
Makes you at least spend edge cards.
I think I should have went after something else.
What one did you go for?
I think I went after Tribe of the Trees. Oh, I had a twist at least. Okay.
Yeah, those are in the Jawa set.
Yeah. I always liked the Jawa set. I mean, I know there's way better and better.
I used it for a long time.
Yeah.
Too bad you didn't draw the what is the Utini that got rid of the funeral pyre.
I know. I was probably looking for that. I had double twist there. Now, if I have a target, maybe that's. No, I think I want edge there, but.
Is that a tractor beam?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in the slave.
Right. I was sitting there. I think I told him, that card was doing me no good right now. It's the edge card. And there is Chief Chirpa getting sacked, it looks like. Kind of has to, otherwise I'll just blow up that objective. Oh, no, he chose to sacrifice. Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, so he needs to sacrifice Chief Chirpa, unfortunately, and focus Dengar. So that's going to keep me from blowing that objective up. That's why I think I should have attacked sacrificing Endor first. So.
Well, the same thing could have happened there. The only thing you could have done was just sent another unit.
Oh, we definitely misplayed that.
What happened?
I shouldn't have been able to target his Ewok there.
Right, yeah, Ephon shouldn't have been able to grab.
Although I think at that point it was probably moot. I was going to blow up the other 2 anyway, and there was no way he's blowing up all 3 on my turn. But
well, yeah, as long as you sent someone else and blew up that one objective first, then Ephon could capture with it.
Right, that's why I did that backwards, or at least it looks like I did. Or maybe I did. Maybe that's why I was doing it that way.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell what I attacked first. So yeah. So I think I had some decent cards of his. I know I had the other Luke, and I think I had a funeral pyre, so I knew, he didn't have a big edge card there. But anyway, that's an interesting game. That was the first game I got to play with the new Dengar set, so I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's basically you've got a lot of those like weenie type, fighter decks or decks that pick away at you, and with the Dengar's ability that set out there being able to prevent so much damage, it almost forces light side to play units that just are heavy hitters,
right,
really quick, which you kind of had to do a lot recently anyway because of things like enforced loyalty, the Imperial Fist, and you learn that throw damage back. You really need to just be able to do 3, 4, 5 damage in one attack to take something out.
Right.
Otherwise, you're not accomplishing much.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well,
and also the objective out there makes you not even really care about taking force because you can just absorb the 1 damage from the balance, and you couldn't care less.
Right. Exactly. That's right. It doesn't really do any harm. Well,
Yeah.
it was fun to do that. I'm not sure the Ewoks were a good matchup against some of that new Scum stuff, but it's kind of cool to play in some of those old Scum sets again, like Tatooine Crash and Carbonite Transport. But
yeah.
So just felt like I could have used the extra resource. That's all I kept thinking. Just like one other set with a resource, but oh well, it was fun anyway. Well, thanks again for joining me for commentary, Derek.
Anytime.